Hello and welcome to this special event brought to you today by Business Leader and the Go Tech Awards. The Go Tech Awards were established in 2018 to provide an arena for the UK's best tech companies to compete in. Since its inception, thousands of companies have put themselves forward for these awards and many have walked away as worthy winners. Entries are now open for the 2022 awards, and this live event today aims to provide you with an insight into how to put together a strong awards entry and one that will impress our judges. To help with this, we will have a presentation from Donna O'Toole, who is the founder of August Recognition, an awards consultancy. But before we hear from Donna, we'll have a short talk from Anna O'Brien. Anna is a director in HSBC's tech team. HSBC are proud partner for these awards, so we're delighted to be speaking to Anna today. Anna will be giving a short overview to why the tech sector is important to the UK and why businesses should put themselves forward for awards like these. So welcome to Anna and Donna today. And before we start, you can visit the GoTech Awards website at www.gotechawards.co.uk. There are 14 categories you can select, and after this session, you'll be able to put forward a winning entry. The awards has been designed to cater for business of all sizes and from all tech verticals. So to kick off, we'll welcome Anna. Hello, Anna, and welcome to this session today. And I'll leave it with you to talk to our audience now.
Lovely. Thanks so much, Ollie. And good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today's session. As Ollie said, I'm a director in HSBC's UK Tech team, and I'm delighted that HSBC is sponsoring the Go Tech Awards again this year. Here at HSBC, I get the opportunity to meet lots of different tech businesses in all subsectors and all stages of life. And it really does give me a first-hand insight into the challenges and the opportunities that you're seeing in the tech industry. Last year was like no other, and tech became the answer to many of the challenges that we faced. But despite the uncertainty at the start of 2020, the UK tech industry continued to thrive. VC investment in the UK hit a record high last year, with Tech Nation reporting about $15 billion of VC investment in the UK, and London being the fourth largest global city for VC investment. In addition to this, the first half of this year, we've seen record M&A, record PE investment in the tech space, and the tech sector is set to see the strongest growth projections from the last 7 years, and according to KPMG. Now, these stats and the considerable investment into tech firms really does highlight how important the tech scene is for the UK as well as globally. The pandemic has led lots of businesses to reevaluate their digital offering, enhance their tech strategies, and accelerate their digital transformation projects. And this really does open up a wealth of opportunities for your businesses to really thrive and grow. Here at HSBC, the tech sector is a huge focus for us in the UK, and we're here to support you, whether that's introductions to the wider tech ecosystem, funding working capital, funding acquisitions, or just day-to-day support. We're here to help, so please do reach out if you'd like to have a conversation. Now, moving on to the topic of conversation today, the Go Tech Awards. These awards are a great opportunity to showcase your business, and I'd really encourage you all to apply. Before I pass on to the expert Donna, I just wanted to share a few tips from my side from a judge's perspective. Firstly, as I'm sure you'll all be aware, the tech industry can be very jargon rich. And whilst a lot of the judges will be familiar with the tech industry, I would always recommend to be able to explain your business and your products in an easy digestible format so that us as a judge can really understand your business and we can take on your journey with you. My second tip is the judges will be looking at a lot of applications, so I'd encourage you to keep your responses short and punchy and make sure that they're giving the most impact. And my final tip is tell your story. Why are you doing what you're doing? Where does your passion come from? What problems are you addressing? Hearing someone talk passionately about their business really is infectious, and it really helps the judges to understand why you're doing what you're doing. That's all from my side. The UK tech scene, as I said before, is thriving and it's super important to the UK at the moment. And these Go Tech Awards really do offer a great opportunity for you to showcase your business. Thank you again for joining today's session. And most importantly, good luck with your applications. I'll now pass back to you, Ollie.
Thank you, Anna. Some really good advice for those looking to enter, and good to hear about the record levels of VC investment and M&A in the tech space. It's certainly booming. So now we will go over to Donna, but before we do, we just want to hear from a company that previously won at our awards last year, and they're going to talk a little bit about the positives that impact it's had on their business.
The GoTech Awards are some of the most prestigious awards that this industry can offer, and they are rigorously judged and recognise real quality, and real quality is what iProve aspires to. So this kind of recognition is enormously important, and if I may say, very gratifying for us.
To hear there from Andrew Budd, CBE, who's the CEO of iProve. And as Andrew said, entries are open until October the 1st, so do remember to submit. So Donna, over to you now, and welcome this morning, and we'll now crack on with your presentation.
Thanks, Ollie. Nice to see you all. Thank you, Anna, as well. Some great tips there from Anna, everyone, so do listen to those. I would have said them myself, but she said them brilliantly. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I've come straight here from A-level results this morning, so it's all been very exciting, and I'm sure some of you in the audience today have probably done the same. So I hope everyone's had a good morning, and it will all be good no matter what happens. I feel really special today because Josh behind the scenes is moving my slides for me, so I feel a little bit like Chris Whitty, and I'm going to get to say next slide, please. So this is quite exciting. Anyway, let's crack on with the show. So I'm going to do a little presentation for you. I've got some slides because I'm a little bit old school, and I want to share some great stories with you and inspire you to really get moving with your award entries and give you some new ways of thinking about how you're going to approach them as well. So are you ready to win? That is the question. So if you could move on, please. Thanks, Josh. That's great. So just a little introduction for me, just in case we haven't met. I'm sure some of you will know me here, but otherwise, if not, my name's Donna O'Toole. I run August Recognition, which is a company I founded years ago in the awards industry, and we support businesses all over the globe to win awards and recognise their great achievements and their teams and everything that they're doing. And we this year became part of the Dent Global Group as well. So we are really everywhere now. We've got an outstanding win rate, and I hope that you'll see from my presentation why that is today. So do take advantage of this time and think about, if you've got any questions, you can please do ask me them at the end, because I love a challenge. And we partner some of the most prestigious awards in the world to support their brilliant entries and brilliant awards programs, just like the GoTech today. So I do have a podcast as well. So if you think, oh, I would like to listen to some more stories about award winners, do hop on the podcast, because you'll get some great stories on there, and there's more to come. So thank you. We can move on now, Josh. That's brilliant. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through a few things that I think will really support you in thinking about your award entry. This is not a presentation about word count and crossing I's and dotting T's, the other way around. This is about actually thinking much more deeply into what you're going to put into your award entry and why, and actually more deeply about your business. So first of all, the best way of approaching awards is to think about how they're going to help you align with your business goals. So why is it that you want to enter these awards in the first place? What is it that you want to achieve? Yes, everyone wants to win and everyone wants recognition, but what are you going to do with it once you've got it, and how are you going to make the most of it? Because if you set your stake in the ground now about what goals you want to achieve, it will actually help to drive your award entry as well. I want to talk to you about finding your awards USP. So that's your unique selling point specifically for awards programs. It might be different to what you've imagined, so I'm going to tell you a story and give you an example about that. I'm going to share with you the 6 pillars of awards success. Now, this is a particular methodology that we use to assess businesses and how well they're likely to do in an awards competition. It's something that over a decade of experience I have learned what works and what doesn't work. So I'm going to share that with you and then bring that all together into the secret of winning awards for you. So if you're ready to win, then I'll take you towards the end in a way that you can go and self-evaluate and see how well you're going to do and get ready for your award entry. Thank you, Josh. So first of all then, your goals. So what are your goals right now for awards, and what are your goals for your business, and how are you going to line them up? And there might be people here today thinking, well, I'm on the fence about this, I'm not sure, should I enter, should I not, is it the right time, is it not, you know, is it worth the time and effort? So I just want you to think this through first. So often businesses, certainly when we're working with businesses, we're working very strategically towards helping them achieve certain goals and ambitions by winning awards and using those awards as their tool or their vehicle to get to those goals. So a very obvious one is to grow your revenue. Award-winning businesses are, and we're doing some research at the moment actually for a white paper. So award-winning businesses we found are up to 63% more profitable than their non-award-winning competitors. So think about that. And actually the lasting impact of winning awards with the division between profit and turnover and for award winners versus not is actually much higher for 5 years following an award win. That's huge from one award win. Okay, awards can also be a great way of strengthening relationships. So if you think, well, actually, we've developed some tech and we've been working with a partner to do that, or we're actually providing that tech to a partner and we're a supplier, whatever it is, think about how you can use an award to strengthen your relationship. Could you enter in partnership together for what you've achieved, or could you enter on their behalf, or is there a way of sharing that great results that you've had in order to keep that relationship strong? Finance and investment, and Anna's here to talk to you about this, but is a great way. It's a great way to attract finance and investment. Obviously, if you're winning really good awards like the GoTech, then when you go and approach whoever your provider is for finance or investment, you're going to get a lot further than when you haven't won an award, because there's already credibility and trust there. And with different types of awards, that just gets better and better. So there's obviously, as you can see, with sponsors for awards, it's a great way to directly get in front with and get connected to people who can support you in finding finance and investment. So already you're here today and you can connect with Anna. So you're in a good place to do that. So awards can super help you with that. Awards really also help you to recruit, to reward and to retain people. So if you have a team, it's not just you and you've got a team around you, or you want to recruit, then actually awards are going to really help you. Our research has shown that businesses that are award-winning actually get 30% more applications on average when they're actually recruiting. And you know, savvy people who want to work in the best companies are looking for the ones that have won awards. It's also now research is showing that awards, external awards for team members, are actually more valuable than a pay rise. So how interesting is that for employee engagement? There's nothing like celebrating with the team, particularly after such a difficult few years that we've had. So think about how that can support you with your people programs. Awards will also help you to expand and export. There's nothing like having a good quality award on your website, on your products, on your services, on everything that you do to help you to cut through red tape and to get into new territories overseas. And of course, awards will support you to build your brand, which is what everybody wants to do. Build brand awareness, increase the value of your brand, and allow you to share that trust and credibility, which will help you to build your business. So there's just some ideas. So think about what your goal is for your business. If I win this award, what do I want it to help me to do? Because that will help you to drive that entry forward. And perhaps it might even be something that could be interesting for you to discuss in your entry about what you want the future to hold for you. Thank you, Josh. So I always think there's no better way to give you to help you to achieve something than to actually tell you a story and give you an example. Okay, it's all very well thinking, do this, do that, but let me bring it to life for you with a real life story. This is an organisation who is called Close Brothers Retail Finance. You may well have heard of them, part of the Close Brothers group. They're very happy for me to tell the story. So we worked together a few years ago. And when they first came to me, they said, Donna, we've got this great tech and it's helping us to support retailers to provide, providing finance to retailers. So if you don't know what that is, just to give in a nutshell, if you want to go and buy a sofa from a big sofa shop and have 0% interest-free credit, then someone needs to provide the finance to that retailer, and this is what they were doing. Now, they were new to the market. They were not a big name in the market. They were not well known. They needed to raise their brand awareness. They needed to raise their profile. And they were really genuinely wanted people to know the great things they were doing for their customers. So we got together, we had a chat about their tech and what it was delivering. And they said, right, well, I think we can win awards because actually the tech that basically sending the money down the line only takes 4 seconds. So it's this amazing tech. So we think we can win awards for that. And I was like, it's a bit boring. You know, how's that changing anyone's life? Really, as a customer, if you send that money down the line in 4 seconds or 40 seconds or 4 minutes, it makes no difference to me. So long as I can leave this shop with my sofa and haven't paid anything, it's not really changing my life. So let's look at what you're doing a bit differently and let's find your awards USP. What is really unique about you? So instead of talking to me about your tech is very important, but it's the impact of the tech. So let's think about the impact that that's having. Tell me about your customers. So they said, well, actually, we're working with quite a few small businesses and we're supporting them. And they've never had retail finance before. Often it goes to the big brands. So I said, talk to me about one of your customers. So they said, right, we've got this customer. Say his name's Nigel. He actually has a white goods shop. So he sells washing machines and fridges and freezers and that kind of thing. And what happens is, I think it was in Essex on a high street. And they said, what happens is people go into his shop, they open the fridge doors, they press the buttons on the washing machine, they try everything out and they say, yeah, love this one. Can I buy this one? Do you do interest-free credit? And he says, oh, no, sorry, I don't. Oh, okay, no worries then. So what they do is they get on their phone, they Google that washing machine or that fridge, they see it online at John Lewis or Curry's or somewhere that does do interest-free credit, and they buy it online. And his shop was essentially becoming a showroom for the big brands. He couldn't compete with them because he didn't have the credit facility to do that. So Close Brothers Retail Finance came along and they decided they would give this financial facility to smaller businesses. They gave it to him, they gave him an iPad, they trained him how to use it. They also showed him how SEO worked and how to get it online and on his website that he was now offering interest-free credit. And what happened was his business grew. Within a year, he had another shop. So he was now able to compete with the big boys. He was able to compete with the big brands. And that, yes, that was due to the technology that was going on behind the scenes, but it was also due to the team that was delivering it, the way they were supporting the customer, and ultimately the impact they were having. And so their awards USP, the story that we went into all the awards with, was actually not about tech in itself. It was actually about the way the technology that they were using and the way their service was working was saving the Great British High Street, and it was changing entrepreneurs' lives. We actually brought him to the awards. He even presented to the judges with them so that they could hear it from the horse's mouth. It changed his life. And then when we looked at all the other small business customers that they had, it was changing their lives too. We created an amazing story of, as I said, changing the Great British High Street through the technology that was providing finance. As a result of that, they went from a small business that was hardly known to raising their profile hugely across the industry, and they attracted the attention of their competitors amongst others. And within a couple of years, they'd made a multi-million-pound deal with Klarna, and they are now part of Klarna UK. And Alex in the middle, you'll see there is head of Klarna UK. And they absolutely put this down to the awards that they won that raised their profile and helped to drive their team forward to even bigger and better things. So think about that in the way that your business works. Yes, you've got tech going on, but what's the real impact the technology is having? How is it changing lives? And how can you build a story around that actually showcases what your business is truly doing? I'm sure you've all got some ideas about that for your own business. Thanks, Josh. We can move on from there. So I just want to talk to you now about the 6 pillars of award success. And when I'm talking about this, think about how it relates back to the story I've just told you and how this could relate back to your business. So these 6 pillars are something that I've identified exclusively over the last decade in awards, of actually the elements of award entries that really make a difference to the scoring. And that has just been done from both sides of the table. I judge on lots and lots of different awards. We obviously manage award entries for lots and lots of businesses and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And these 6 pillars are super important. So think about how you can, they'll resonate with your business. There's impact, influence, inspire, innovate, insight, and improve. And I'm just going to give you some examples for each of those. Thank you, Josh. So first of all, inspire. How are you inspiring? So are you an inspirational leader, for example? Are you leading a team forward by inspiring them? Or are you inspiring others in your industry to make a change? Think about how you're doing that. Are you delivering that across social media? Have you become an influencer? So think about what's inspirational about your story and how you can really use that to inspire the judges to want to score you more points. And the next one, thank you. Next slide, please. Impact, I just talked about impact. Impact can be measured in so many different ways. It can be measured qualitatively and quantitatively, and it's really important that you cover both. So think about how, if you haven't measured your impact, how you can get doing that now. So do you do customer surveys? Do you get customer feedback? Have you got case studies? Can you tell stories? Have you got, have you measured the money that you've saved through your technology or the time that it's saving for people? How is it changing lives? And how can you demonstrate that impact that it's having in different ways? So it's good to actually have a brainstorm around that and write a bit of a list. And if you might find, well, actually, we've measured lots of text side of things and how it's sped something up or how it saved money, but we haven't actually got the measured customer feedback. So perhaps we'll ask about that. So think about how you can cover all the bases, because the more impact that you can show, the more the judges are going to really connect with your entry. So influence, how a little bit like being inspirational, but how are you making an influential change? So it might be that actually your technology is really going to change your industry in some way or influence the way things are done. You know, is it in education tech or energy tech, or what kind of technology are you actually building, and what are you hoping for it to do to make a change? Because everything that's new is come about in order to make things better, essentially. So, and also, if you're an entrepreneur, how are you using the knowledge that you've got to actually influence others through your product or through your service or through what you've developed? So do you have a book or a podcast? Are you a thought leader in some way? And if you're not, think about how you could be, because actually being influential can be really helpful. Perhaps you've got some press articles to showcase what you've been doing, something like that. So think about how you can showcase your influence in the industry. Insight, probably the most overlooked area of awards, and actually one that can really help you to stand out. So insights, when I'm judging an award entry, I want to know why you decided to do something. Where did that come from? Where did that knowledge come from? Or where was the seed sown? Did you start with an MVP and then have to change it? Or, you know, what exactly happened? What's the insights behind what you've done and why you've done it? But also, what insights did you then, and this may or may not apply to you, but what insights have you gone out to the world to try and get? So actually, have you piloted something first? Have you got a beta version? Have you had a focus group giving you feedback? So where are you getting your insights from to know that what you're developing is the right thing? It might be that it's very much B2B and it's all within an industry that you're within, and so you have knowledge and insights from that particular industry. It might be that you have insights from one industry and you're actually taking them across into another industry completely. So I love to know the background and what those insights are and how you're constantly iterating because of the insights that you're getting. We want to know that you're listening to feedback and you're understanding what your customers want, and you're actually making changes because of that. So think about how you can build that into your award entry as well. Innovate. Well, innovation, I'm sure you're all very innovative in an award like this. Innovation is something that's new and unique. So how is your product or your service or the tech that's behind it new or unique? What is it that's different? And how is that going to change things? Is it a disruptive innovation that's going to change a market? So you think about something, you know, are you going to be the next Uber of your market? Because actually you've taken an existing concept, but you've changed it using technology to bring a new concept to market, okay? There's lots of different types of innovation, and that's a whole other presentation. But do think about what type of innovation you've actually created. Is it entirely new from scratch, or have you taken two things, put them together and made something new? You know, what is it that you're doing that's actually innovative, truly? I think innovation can be quite a misunderstood term. So just have a deep think about that. What are you doing that's different? How is it different to competitors? How is it different to what went before? How is it different or filling a gap in the market? And why have you needed to innovate? Back to insight again, why did you feel the need to innovate around this? What were we lacking or missing or needing to improve and that your innovation is proving that it can do? And lastly, improve. Now, improve is quite wide because obviously this could be any area of your business. But obviously with judges, we're looking for you to prove the concept. So if you say, actually, we've got this great tech and it's doing these great things, how's it improving things? So how's it improving life for other people, like we talked about in the Close Brothers story? How's it making a change? How's it improving your business? Is it making your business, it might be an internal technology innovation that's actually entirely, CRM based or something like that, that's for your business. So how is it making an improvement, and what are you measuring to demonstrate that you are improving? Are you making more sales because of it? Are your business results improving? Let's see that. So where are the improvements? Or perhaps you're improving life for others in the community, or something more sustainable or environmental. Where are you making improvements, and make sure that you cover those in your award entry and you can showcase and prove those. So then bringing those together in the secret to winning awards is, you can see that in the middle here, this sweet spot is where these three key areas will overlap. So essentially in your award entry now, when you're thinking about putting that together, these are the three key areas you really need to showcase, and those 6 pillars will come into those. So this is based on Aristotle's modes of persuasion, and it's something, I'm a linguist, so I'm a bit of a geek around this kind of thing. But actually, if you're going to make a strong argument that nobody can deny and that everybody wants to get on board with, you need to bring these 3 elements together to make that work. And this is super important for award entry. So your impact, we've talked about that. What difference is it actually making? Tell the story in a logical way that the judges can fully get to grips with and understand. Your values. Values is something that is often left out of award entries. Now, it doesn't need to be specifically mission, vision, values as you would see those, but actually it's about emotional engagement. As a judge, you want to emotionally connect with an entry and with a company, or with an entrepreneur, or with a business leader, and get behind them and say, yes, I want that one to win. They are brilliant for these reasons, and I've connected with them. So if your award entry is purely dry and it's all based on the numbers and the sales and the investment that you've got, and there's no emotional or human story, there's no hero in there, there's no telling me how it's going to make a difference to someone's life, then I'm probably not going to emotionally connect with it. If you've entered awards before and you haven't won, by the way, look back at your previous award entries and think to yourself, did you cover all of these areas? Did you have the logic and the impact? Did you have the values and the emotion and the engagement? But did you have the evidence to back it all up? That's super important and often forgotten, or often there's further you could have gone with your evidence. So how are you collecting evidence along the way? I talked about this earlier. Have you got testimonials, feedback? Do you sell a product, you get Trustpilot scores, that kind of thing? Have you got time savings, money savings? Perhaps even it's reduced attrition in your business. Perhaps it's made life easier for your employees in some way. What is it that you've measured that you can demonstrate? And then can you bring it to life in a case study or some customer testimonials that actually really prove and show the difference that it's making? Thank you. So that brings me to the end of that short presentation. I just left this up at the end because this is something that I say to everyone. You've really got nothing to lose by entering awards and entering the GoTech Awards. You'll either win or you'll learn, in the words of the great Nelson Mandela. You can get so much to help bring your business forward from entering an award. And if you don't get through and you don't win, which obviously we want you to do, then you'll definitely learn something about your business for next time as well. So just on the final slide, just thank you from me. So if you want my contact details, I just thought I'd pop these up here for you. We have some tech as well. On our website, we have a scorecard that you can actually take. If you're thinking, I still don't know, am I the right kind of candidate for these awards? You can have a go at our awards scorecard, which actually measures you against those 6 pillars and gives you a report. So it's completely free. You've got nothing to lose from doing it at all. So it might be something that you want to do to sort of test yourself. And it's not to say, oh, you scored low in this and high in that, therefore you can't enter. It's to show you where your strengths are actually showing at the moment, and you might need to think about how you're going to build up on one of those areas. So it's definitely something that you can learn from as well. So thank you. That brings me to the end, and I'm very happy to stay and chat and answer questions if anyone's got any.
No, thank you, Donna. I really like the awards scorecard feature. I think, like you say, a lot of people think maybe it's not for them, or it's not kind of relevant.
Awards imposter syndrome, we call that.
Exactly, it's a really, really good idea. So obviously, encourage everyone to kind of check that out. We have had one question in. It's from Stephen, so they sent it in direct. So thanks for the presentation, Donna. My question is, do you find that submissions from marketing agencies or business like yours tend to have a better success rate?
Well, I'm probably going to say yes to that. I think the way to look at it is, in reality, a lot of businesses now use professionals to enter awards because time resources. Do you have the time to gather all the information? Do you have the right person in the business who's available to write the story, who's got the skills and the knowledge and the understanding to do that? What you'll find, and I'm sure you found this, Ollie, is 80% of award entries that go into any awards competition are really good. Like, you're not competing, there's not this huge gap between this is rubbish and this is amazing. Actually, the gap is quite small often between the winner. In fact, I was looking at some feedback on a competition recently, and the gap between gold, silver and bronze was less than a point between all of them. So you'll find like 80% of entries that go in are really good. And then 10% are really, really good. And then that top 10% are outstanding. And you want to get to the top of that top 10%. So obviously, if you get the support of people like us who know what the awards are looking for, but also know objectively, can look at your business objectively and say, hang on a minute, you might think that this is what you're doing that's brilliant. I'm judging all these awards and I'm seeing that this is kind of standard, actually. So in order to win this award, you're going to have to pull something more special than that out of the bag. And what else have you got? And we will dig and dig until we find it. And I think when you're looking at your own business, and I know because I run my own business, it's quite hard to dig yourself and really find those special moments, and also to have the time to do that. So I think, yes, that's probably why you get a better chance of success. It's not to do with, oh, we paid someone, therefore we've got more chance. It's to do with actually the insight that you're getting and the dedication to that award entry that you're getting, that unless you've got someone or you've got a lot of time on your hands in your business, which if you're running a successful business, you probably don't, it's really hard to find the time to actually put together a really successful award entry.
No, thanks for that, Don. That was the sort of question we had. So just any final thoughts from yourself?
No, there's loads of, the great news is there's loads of time. So we're not doing this like 5 minutes before the deadline, thank goodness. So you've all got lots of time. So I'm just hoping that everyone's been left with some kind of thinking about this. Actually, take a step back and think about your award entry. What category are you going to fit in with the best? Where are your strengths in your business? It might be there's multiple categories actually, because if you've got a great story in one area, I'll often say, come on, you can also be winning in this area as well. So have a little think, dig a bit deeper than perhaps you have, and think about how you can really showcase yourself and what difference that could make to your business going forward.
No, thank you, Donna. A really great presentation there. So thanks for that. And thank you again to Anna from HSBC for her insight into the tech. So as Donna said, if anyone's interested in submitting, please visit the GoTech website at www.gotechawards.co.uk. Thank you.